Quick updates on the last media video from last week. No under in the $20, but I did manage to unearth 3 pieces I talked about. I'll narrate those and give prognoses for the other searches. In the first video, I mentioned that I had seen the 2017 inauguration of Donald Trump on ABC, and during that broadcast, the bulletproof glass panels warped Mike Pence's face into a total meme. Here's that footage.
Many historians believe that the next election was even more important, when in 1801, one group of people, arguably for the—
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Not only is Mike's face goofed, but Karen and Charlotte got the meme treatment as well. I'm satisfied with the find. It is interesting though, watching in retrospect, that the camera captures this moment during Senator Roy Blunt's address where he marvels at the symbology of the inauguration as the peaceful transition of power, which, you know... And in that sense, a 5-year-old Mike Pence meme seems more relevant now than it was at the time. Okay, so like I said, when I was 10 years old playing the Border Zone demo, I typed Fabio into the character select screen and a sheep noise played. So I downloaded the demo to test, and it didn't work. However, I remembered that I was a big dummy growing up and that I had actually used a misspelling F-A-B-B-I-O, and this happened. Now, on one hand, this reproduced the glitch, right? But on the other, it's entirely unsatisfying. Like, why should a misspelled celebrity name trigger this sound? So I tested this out, and currently, in as much generality as I can determine, when you press BBI at any point during the game, not just during character select, the sound plays. Now, my working theory is that this is not actually an Easter egg, but indicative of some functionality in the game. There's a list floating around of the Border Zone cheat codes, where you type in the code at the main menu to activate. These codes are very strange to an English audience, but they're actually Finnish words, and in some cases hilarious. Like this code for debug mode is activated by typing Imhotep maailmojen tuhoaja, which translates to Imhotep Destroyer of Worlds. Now, one of the listed codes, Seivaa videograbbi, which captures gameplay, ends in BBI, so maybe this is related. I asked a question in the Housemarque Discord to see if I could get in contact with one of the programmers, but at this point I'm not sure if I'll ever get an answer from a programmer from a 23-year-old game. Like I said, I'm predicting that the sheep noise represents a hidden functionality in the game. But if I really did find an undocumented Easter egg in an obscure snowboarding game from the 90s, that's fucking lit too. The Videocoach Vogelsinger VHS tapes has some amazing music. In particular, I really wanted to find this song.
Not easy!
Now, in an ironic twist of fate, it turns out that everyone's favorite algorithmic buddy, the Content ID system, is actually an excellent tool to identify obscure pieces of media. Because when I uploaded my video last week, it was instantly copyright claimed. And the highlighted section was the Vogelsinger song, ID'd as Starvision by Jeffrey Bastow. I feel like this was the optimal outcome for one of these searches, unearthing a rabbit hole of obscure yet incredible content. Jeffrey Bastow was a British musician located in Berlin, primarily creating disco music, collaborating with Giorgio Moroder, and landing a song on Billboard. His early solo works were released on well-known library music labels like Program and Bruton. The album that Starvision appeared on, Flash Graphics, was released on Music House in 1988. And bro, you would not believe the bangers on this album. It's like if Jimmy Jam was European. Even though there's still several tracks from the Vogelsinger video that I have not identified, I'm now very confident that they exist on well-documented music libraries. Also, as a fun aside, one of Jeff's songs appeared in a SpongeBob episode. These are the 3 pieces of media that were found so far. Here's how the other searches are going. I began search for the Campbell soup ad, however, I've come up empty. Because I have the screenshot and since the ad was widespread online less than 10 years ago, I'm confident it exists on the internet, however, it will be difficult to find. I've found a list of songs that were supposedly packaged with iTunes long ago, however these do not look familiar to me. I visited archived versions of the Apple website from 2004 to gather clues, and while it was fun to see Ocean Avenue as a top downloaded song, nothing turned up. Unless anyone shares my memory of these early packaged downloads, I am pessimistic that these will ever be found. I've uploaded the What You Know remix onto my channel. So far, there's been mild interest from internet reggae communities, but no clues, and Content ID didn't recognize the track. I remain hopeful that this track will be identified in the future, however, it will require someone with more wagwan than me. I have very little hope that the Myst album will resurface. Even among Vaporwave fans at the time, only a few people claim to have downloaded it. At this point, I think I would have better luck tracking down Lucas Morris himself than anyone who had downloaded this album. However, I am skeptical Lucas is his real name. In any case, here's his old Tumblr. We do have some clues about the Go Michael Go clip. For example, we have found the subject seated by Debbie Phelps, so we know that it was in fact at the 2012 US trials. These are the 4 finals that Michael won during the trials. These 3 were decided by less than a second, and we know it wasn't the 200 IM clip. If I had to guess, I think it's the 100 butterfly, since that final was on the weekend. This is what we need to find next. Also, the bounty for Go Michael Go is up to $60. I actually am somewhat hopeful that MKhalil's early albums will be found someday. MKhalil pops up on the internet from time to time. He's actually developing a communication app called Yico for a while. I also reached out to the owner of Calabash Music for more information. By the way, Calabash was bought by Mondo in 2008 and Mondo went out in 2012. Even though Calabash was a massive aggregator of music, they would potentially know something about the flow of foreign music in those days. In the meantime, I'm also reaching out to 40-year-old Malian ex-rappers to get their input.